Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. We are exploring Main Street on day one. My original character, Willow, refrained from going to the diner with Stella, and instead stopped by the general store and met Kanika. And now, we're gonna go to the town hall, which we also know doubles as the library, at the end of Main Street. Maybe we'll meet Oscar. There's Oscar, and there are Rosalina, Alexis, and Becca. Took me a second to remember their names. Why are they all wearing the same clothes that they're going to wear tomorrow? That seems weird. What you find inside the elegant building is not a town hall, as was suggested by the letters carved in stone out front. Instead, you find something that looks more like a library. In fact, it is a library. The air is thick with the smell of old paper and fresh coffee. A man busies himself sorting books on a mobile shelf, and a cat lounges on a book cart. There is a group of teens gathered on the stairs, not sitting in chairs, despite the prevalence of empty seats, as is their custom. They glance up at you with slight annoyance, as is also their custom. Hi there, I'm Oscar. If you need any help, just let me know. And I'm Pixel. I'm the cat. You better pet me. Go talk to Oscar. And of course, we can talk to Pixel. Maybe we'll give him a pet because he demanded it of us, but I don't know. I don't think Willow is necessarily going to get along with Pixel either. He's a little brash and in your face. Oscar, clearly the librarian here, smiles at you from behind the shelf of books. But as his eyes focus on your face, the smile fades, replaced with a look of dawning recognition. Wait a minute. You must be... Never mind, sorry. Who is it, Dad? Do you know her? No, Rosalina, don't worry about it. Oh my god, wait. I heard somebody at school talking about how the long-lost Scarlet heir was coming back to town this week, you know? For the funeral? That must be her. But Becca, Miss Tabitha is the heir, right? Shut up, Alexis. I know what I heard. I think Alexis is right. I think Tabitha already owns the mines. Ugh, you're 13, Rosalina. Stop acting like you know things. Girls, please be nice to each other. Yes, this is Tabitha's cousin, and no, she isn't the true heir to the Scarlet Fortune or anything like that. She's just here to pay respects to Miss Perlan. So much for not making you feel like we know everything about you. I have to imagine that's a bit uncomfortable, but welcome to Scarlet Hollow, Willow. Pet the cat. He asked to be. You pet Pixel. He purrs loudly in response, leaning fully into your knuckles as you scratch underneath his chin. Oh, I love when cats do that. I have boy cats, and they really lean into the pets. That's exactly right. Little to the left. Yes, good job. You're killing it. He gets too excited for a second and gives you an affectionate little bite, still purring a mile a minute. Whoa, sorry, got a little lost in the sauce there. I definitely won't do it again. Keep petting me and see. I definitely won't. You pull your hand away slowly before he can decide you're a fun toy that he wants to try and disembowel. It's creepy to be known. I feel exposed. That is absolutely what Willow is thinking. Would she say it out loud, though? I'm gonna look at all the options first. The inverse to it's creepy to be known, which is not what Willow would say, and it's not what I would say either. Address the cat, which we're not gonna do. Do you know my cousin? Shouldn't these kids be in school? Willow respects the rebellion, I think. Being street smart and all. I'd like to talk to whoever's in charge around here, the mayor or whoever, the dog. I met the Stella girl on the street. Do you know her? There are a lot of boarded up buildings on Main Street. Why do you think people stay here? Why don't they leave like my mom did? Let's start with, do you know my cousin? Well, everyone in towns like these kind of knows each other, but I wouldn't say we're friends, or even acquaintances. I know of her, and presumably she knows of me. I hope she's doing alright. I know how hard it is to grapple with the loss of a parent, especially so young. It's disappointingly common up in these parts. He's lost his parents too. I think that in his apartment, we actually see pictures of his parents, Rosa's grandparents, up on the walls. I mean, he's got a little salt and pepper in him, so that's not surprising, but I think the man's only in his 30s. Doing the math right. I'm not entirely sure. But he's experienced loss too. I'm sorry, Oscar. People don't tend to go to the doctor until it's too late, and most of them live hard lives on top of that. It seems even Pearl Ann wasn't safe from the ravages of mountain life. Oh my god, that is way too much information. This is fun because we actually get to see Oscar interacting with Becca and Alexis and see how he would deal with them. We can make even more of a judgment on how good a parent he is. He is right, though. Didn't your uncle die last year, Alexis? Yeah, he was pretty young, and he got cancer. Ew, can everyone stop oversharing? I don't remember asking for a Greek chorus to chime in on my conversation, girls. Okay, he's got a firm enough hand, I think. People give Oscar so much crap for being too soft, but he's like the only good parent in this entire game, so lay off him. He knows when to be a little snarky with the kids when he needs to be. Then don't talk so loud. Let's admit it. It's creepy to be so known. I feel exposed. If it's any consolation, all we really know is gossip, and it's mostly about your mom anyway. I was just a kid back when your mom left, but I still remember what an uproar there was. You wouldn't believe some of the rumors people were circulating. Our very own celebrity scandal. Hopefully, folks in town will give you a chance to be your own person, and not just treat all this as a continuation of old drama. But I suppose I should know better by now. I've dealt with my fair share. I know most folks have long memories and unforgiving temperaments. But they'll probably be nice enough to talk to you. It's the stuff they say behind your back that you have to look out for. This isn't marked as street smart, but I feel like this is a very street smart thing to say. Very... What did you say? It's kind of a rude thing to say. It is rude and invasive. I'm not gonna say that right now. I'll leave it for later, maybe. I met the Stella girl on the street. Do you know her? Stella, of course. She comes in here all the time to work on little videos. She always does the reading adventure too, which she really doesn't have to. It's pretty kid-oriented, but I think it's her way of being supportive. That's that YouTuber, right? Yeah. I've seen some of her videos. They get views. It's kinda neat. Definitely. She did this one on like a river monster down in the Catawba River, and she got some real footage. She totally found something. It got on the news. Oh, I remember that. It was totally a dog. Who cares? This quiz is made more interesting than any of those lame videos. What gem do you think a Japanese air dragon would like? Is that a reference to something? I don't know. I like emeralds the best. Get your head in the game. We're not playing to see what the lamest dragon is. We're playing to win. I'm picking Lapis Lazuli. It has the prettiest name, and Japanese air dragons are the prettiest. What kind of quiz is this? To see what kind of dragon you are? And you're trying to game the quiz, Becca? Are you trying to game the quiz? Shouldn't those kids be in school? It's fall break, says everyone. What they said. And I'm happy to have them here. I like knowing what Rosalina gets up to. What are you girls doing again? We're taking a what dragon species are you quiz. I thought that was Becca talking for a second. No. Rosalina. Yeah, and we have to focus, so please don't keep distracting us by asking what we're doing. Okay, for this next one, choose a smell. I like smoky, but I don't know. That seems like it'll just get us like a normal fire-breathing dragon. Is this what people do when they take quizzes? Do they try and manipulate their answers to try and game the result they get? Is this a thing that real people do? Well, then the quiz isn't really telling you what you are if you're not answering truthfully. Why would you not give the honest answer to a quiz? This is devastating me. This is making me very sad. Ugh. I used to spend a lot of time on BuzzFeed, and I was always so honest on those quizzes. Yeah, if we want the Japanese air dragon, we'll need to be more strategic. What does air smell like? Aren't we supposed to just answer the one we like best? Not if we want to get the best dragon. I'm gonna say ocean spray, because spray is in the air. Well, that'll get you a water dragon, so I don't know. Maybe... Maybe now is a good time to be like, wait, have you been at the center of some small town drama? Like, we veered off topic a little bit, and now it's still nagging at Willow. It's still nagging at her, so... Let's ask. Wait, have you been at the center of some small town drama? I like to think that if you live in a town this small and don't wind up the topic of a few rumors, you aren't truly living. But yes, not to get too personal, coming back to town with after college with a toddler and no wife did land me in the center of a lot of talk. You just live and let live. People will say what they say, and there's no point in being too concerned about it. The best comeback is a life well lived. Oh my god, Rosalina, is your dad this weird with everybody? That was way too much. Why is she judging us all for TMI? I don't think we're supposed to be listening. Well, he shouldn't trauma dump on strangers. I asked, Becca. I asked. Ugh, we got sea worm. Ew. It was the ocean spray, I'm telling you. We were clearly too distracted by all that talking over there. I thought libraries were supposed to be quiet places of study. Come on, let's go to your place, Alexis. I feel like a 5-year-old when I hang out in the library anyway. Yeah, we can watch a movie in your basement. Do you think your parents would mind? I can ask. They never mind. Come on, let's go. The teens start toward the door with Becca in the lead. Wait, Rosalina, when should I expect you back? We're doing a sleepover, right? Is this why they're wearing the same clothes tomorrow? I'll have to see. My mom was gonna make pot pies for dinner. That's okay. We can order a pizza. Their conversation fades as they walk out the door. Keep me posted. The big man had better stop that girl. I want to sleep on her pillow tonight, and it ain't fun if she's not there to steal it from. Oh, lucky Rosalina gets a kitty to snuggle with. My cats snuggled with me like the first couple nights that they were here, and then they just stopped. They're big boys, so they would probably fall off the bed, but I love it when they do come and snuggle. Teens, am I right? Let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna stop recording for a second. Someone is knocking on my door. Alright, sorry about that. Let's be like, finally an excuse to leave is maybe a little bit what Willow is thinking, because I don't know, she is socially anxious, but she likes Oscar. She doesn't feel threatened by him specifically, but she's definitely getting nervous with the amount of talking and being alone, so... But she's going to say, not because I didn't have fun chatting, it's just getting dark. Because... I don't know. When you have social anxiety, you have to qualify everything. You have to make sure that everyone knows that you're not doing this because you're angry at them. You're not doing this because you don't like them. You're just doing your own thing, you know? You always have to qualify it. I'm headed out too, but not because I didn't have fun chatting. It's just getting dark. You have a good one, Willow. You make your way back to Main Street. History lesson. Have a chat at the library early Monday morning. Looks like the sun's finally starting to set. Maybe you'll see if a sleepy southern town like Scarlet Hollow has a vibrant nightlife another day. But for now, you feel ready to head back to the estate. Is something going to happen on the way? You return to the dirt road, beginning the trek back up towards the estate. I mean, I do think it would be boring if nothing spooky happened to us on the first night. So I hope we get a reason to veer off the path and maybe head into the woods. But at the same time, like, if we do get back to the estate and it's all boring, then that's fine. This is what Willow would do. Spend time in the place where your bed is and there are no other people, instead of spending all your time hanging out with people. That's pretty Willow. And that's pretty me, too. As the sun sinks deeper into the horizon, the sky is flooded with orange and pink hues, the shadows around you darkening and stretching out over the path. The mountains seem to make night come more quickly here, their rounded hills blotting out the dying sun prematurely, casting the valley of Scarlet Hollow in an eerie autumn twilight. It is very beautiful. You've had a long day. Between traveling and meeting all these strangers, the dusty bed that waits for you back at the estate is starting to sound very appealing. There's a sound on the path behind you. You turn back to the road but find nothing. You still seem to be alone. What should we do? Continue down the path, hello, is someone there, make a loud noise. Maybe make a loud noise? Is that like a strategic thing? To try and lure out whatever it was? Make a loud noise? You exclaim loudly, holding out your arms in a threatening display. Ugh! The thing is startled from its hiding place. That is an animal with ditchling eggs in it. Great. But it doesn't run away. It fixes you with a wild-eyed stare, standing boldly on the path before you. It's a mountain lion, and there is something horribly wrong with it. It becomes you, it becomes you, becomes you. Oh, I read that wrong. It becomes you, becomes it, becomes you. It takes yet another step towards you, drool leaking from its slack mouth. A blood that runs and runs and runs, becomes itself, becomes nothing. A gardener cannot tend to empty soil. Quietly start filming. Say nothing. Should we talk to it? We have... I feel like because we have the advantage of being able to talk to animals, we would use it. Filming would probably be a good idea. Huh. I'm stuck between talking to it. I feel like Willow wouldn't talk to it unless she felt like she had something over it. Maybe filming. Or something to defend herself with. One of these. Willow's not about attention. She's about surviving. Look for something to defend yourself with. Your eyes scan the side of the mountain road, settling on a large stick. Before you can move for it, desperate to keep running. It dashes forward with a surprising speed. Ears back and claws glinting. There's a heavy thump as it connects. You find yourself tumbling forward, pitching over the side of the road and rolling downhill. It's disorienting. You find it to be almost impossible to stop yourself, the incline too steep, every attempt ending in more scratches and bumps from the rough terrain of the mountainside. You finally land with a breath-stealing thump in a small copse of trees, battered and bruised, bleeding from the thorny shrubbery, but not dead. Ooh. Is that fall going to affect us going forward? Your eyes are closed. You need them open. It doesn't bother trying to hide now, leaping down into the clearing with killing intent in its wide yellow eyes. ready to finish what it started, and then the evening air is pierced with the sound of a gunshot. The mountain lion is gone in a flash, leaving a thin trail of blood behind it as it disappears into the dark woods beyond the path. As you gain your bearings, you realize that your beverage is gone. You must have lost it in your fall. Oh no! Our soda! Damn, nearly had the thing. Hi, Duke. And I nearly had you, too. Who the hell are you, and what are you doing out here? Looking to get shot? Start crying, maybe. The important thing is, what the hell was that thing? Mountain lion. Been after it all day. Wait a tick, you seem awfully familiar. He looks you up and down with his good eye. Ain't you that Scarlet kid everybody's been saying was gonna show? I apologize for my brusqueness, and I'm sorry for you and Miss Tabitha's loss. You can call me Duke. No need to thank me for saving your life. Duke seems to think for a moment, glancing up at the darkening sky. You better not keep walking around on your own out here, not with that thing on the prowl. I'd hate to think anything might happen to you without me around to save your skin. I'll tell you what. Tag along with me while I finish what we started, and I'll be sure to get you home safe. I'd wager Miss Tabitha would appreciate somebody looking out for you. I like the new Duke sprites. There's something wrong with that mountain lion. It's probably got the cancer, had all them lumps. Doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. If I had to guess, I'd say it's more deadly than ever, now that it sees death coming for it. As you well know, when's the last time you heard of a mountain lion attacking anybody, especially on this side of the continent? You're one of a lucky few, so don't ruin it by going off and dying alone in the woods after God did you a favor. Okay, what would Willow say? I mean, I am happy that Duke wants to look out for us. I don't think Willow wants revenge. She sees the lion as a person because of her talk to animal trait. So as much as she doesn't like it and she's mad that it tried to attack her, she's not looking to kill it. I appreciate you looking out for me too. Thanks. I don't think she necessarily... I don't think she's gonna say, I don't know you, leave me alone. Maybe she'll say, I'm scared, I want to go home. I kind of considered, what do you think Tabitha will give you a reward, because it's kind of snarky, kind of defensive, but Willow is scared. I think this came up for me when I first played Willow, when she was talking to Stella in the diner and talking about the River Monster video, and she had the option to say whether she believes Stella about her videos or whether she doesn't, and I was like, I think Willow does believe in the supernatural to start with. She's not skeptical, because of course she's not skeptical. She can talk to animals, and that's unusual. She's not excited about it like Stella is, but she believes in it, and I think at this point she knows that something is wrong, so she wants to get out of here. I'm scared, I want to go home. Now, let's not panic, you're safe with me. We won't let a mean-eater like that prowl around our town where it can go hurting anybody else. You and me are gonna go take care of it, you hear? And then the hills will be safe again, and we'll get you home to that cousin of yours. I'm sure she's worried sick already. Your eyes wander to Duke's gun. He's probably not going to shoot you if you turn around and leave, but opposing him here would be violating one of the unspoken rules of accessory-derived social status. Duke has the gun, so Duke decides what the two of you are going to do. and it would seem that his choice of activity is hunting. So hunt you shall. See, the street smart options are just kind of assessing who has the power here, who will hurt me if I try to go against them. Like, it's not a kind of people reading, I don't think. At least until you can slip away in a more appropriate and discreet manner. You reluctantly follow the armed man into the dark woods, hoping he stays true to his word and brings you back to your cousin in one piece. Before long, the sun has completely set, and the two of you find yourselves in near total darkness. Though Duke has a flashlight, he uses it sparingly, letting you both adjust to the starlight instead. Every sound feels deafening as the two of you pick your way through the underbrush. Every snapping twig could be the deadly paws of the thing that hunted you. Every rustling leaf the herald of a vicious attack. Though you know deep down it's probably nothing but squirrels and shrews. This looks like the background of where Duke and Stella encounter each other in the first otherwise. Okay, I think we're getting a little bit of another branching off point where Stella's gonna meet up with us, and we can then choose to go with either Duke or Stella. And honestly, I think Willow's going for the one with the gun. Both for the sake of me seeing different content, and also for the sake of Willow trying to keep herself safe. Until you hear the unmistakable sound... Hold on, did I even read that? Hold on. I don't think I read that. Every sound feels deafening... No, I read that. Until you hear the unmistakable sound of something large, shifting among the fallen leaves. Gotcha! The old man quietly steps forward, gun held at the ready. What the hell? I recognize that doggy butt. Duke, you scared me. What are you doing out here so late? Stella, I'd asked you the same, but I'm sure I know what has you slinking around after dark. Do you know how close I just came to putting a hole in you? But you didn't. No harm, no foul. Hey, Willow. Weird to see you out here so late. Does Tabitha know you're with Duke? And you stink of mountain lion. Oh, what a smell. And there's something else mixed in there. Something fake. It could drive a dog to madness. It makes me want to bite and tear. She's smelling the ditchling on us. Ooh, something fake. Such an interesting word there. Fake. Like, it's not that it's unnatural. It's not just that it's unreal or unholy. It's fake, as if someone invented it for deceptive purposes, like purposefully. You know? That's what fake says to me. She thrashes in Stella's arms, but Stella holds her close, stilling her frenzied attack. Whoa, calm down, girl. You know Willow. Oh my, I do apologize. How unladylike of me. I simply can't stand the smell of those things. I swear, it gets so hard to hold on to her when she gets like this. Sometimes it feels like she's only geriatric when she wants to be. It's alright, little lady. You're safe so long as you got your mama looking after you. Unlike you, Stella, if you decide to keep on doing whatever it is you're doing out here, I think you'll find these woods ain't agreeable tonight. Willow here had a run-in you wouldn't believe. So you just go on home and save all this for some other night. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you won't believe it. Now put that dang camera away. Why are you acting like he doesn't mean what he says? Take this seriously, it's dangerous. I just know that it was bad, okay? Describe to her what it was. Take this seriously? I don't think Willow dislikes Stella or finds her as flighty and flaky as I necessarily do. I was attacked by a mountain lion. I think she'd just say it plain. A mountain lion? Are you sure? Oh, for the love of... Don't you get started, Stella. We was both there, we saw the damn thing, it was a mountain lion, plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just that I did a whole video on them and found absolutely no evidence that they exist out here. Eastern mountain lions are extinct, but there hasn't been a sighting in decades. There hasn't been a sighting in decades until now. Your friend here damn got near eaten by one. So if you don't want your last video to be found 20 years from now, next to a pile of your bones in the den of some long-dead creature, you best get out of these woods. I know it's frustrating, but believe me, she is never going to believe you about the mountain lion. That would be so cool. No, it would not. Your mom and daddy are spinning in their graves hearing talk like that. If they ain't around to stop you, then I'll take on that responsibility. Go on, get. The old man shoos her away. Fine, I'll go. You recognize something in her smirk. She has no intention of going home. And Willow does kind of think she's being a little stupid here. Let her have her little fib, you're just gonna keep running around with her camera, aren't you? I think Willow kind of respects the fib, actually. Let her have her little fib. You let the lie slip by unnoticed. Good. You and that little lady of yours should go on home and get some rest. I will. Thanks, Duke. Later, Willow. Let me know if you see anything cool. Oh, I suppose it's time to go. So long, darlings, and good luck with that wretched pest. And with that, she's off. It's just you and Duke in the dark woods once again. Damn, we've been stopped too long. Now the old hip is starting to voice its complaints. There's an overlook just up this way. Let's sit a spell. I brought a few victuals along if you're peckish. Oh, look at those eyes. You find your way along the narrow path and emerge on a rocky outcropping overlooking the dark forest. The sky above is smeared with stars, more than you have ever seen before. Duke interrupts the serenity of the scene with his old man grunts, folding his creaky joints as he settles in on a nearby log. He starts rustling through a small pack you hadn't noticed he was carrying, pulling out some beef jerky and a couple of beers. Is this like a variation on his theme? It's like at least it's a nice night, even if the circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky. And as for the beer, I was planning on having both cans myself. But I suppose I can be convinced to spare one. We lost our beverage. And also, I know some people have pointed out that Duke is hunting drunk. He should not be wielding a gun while drunk. If we can make him a little less drunk, let's do it. Take a beer. You take one of Duke's cold ones. It's more like a somewhat cool one after so many hours outside, but you crack it open nonetheless. Offer him a gesture of cheers and take a sip. It's cheap beer, but it's refreshing, its watery, earthy taste mingling well with the crisp mountain air, putting you somewhat more at ease. Duke seems slightly more at ease now too, seemingly happy to not be drinking alone. I can't believe... Okay, let's see... Okay. I can't believe Stella wouldn't believe us about the mountain lion. Are they really that rare up here? Should we be drinking? We'll leave the jerky for later. You feel so much more like the kind of person I expected to find out here. Like you really belong. That seems kind of rude. I was wondering, how did you find me? Look at him eating the jerky. I've been on that thing's trail all day. I got myself a personal vendetta. It's been after my chickens. I've seen it around my property a few times now, and the next day I always have a bird or two missing. Those birds is like family to me. I raise them from eggs. They know me by sight like I'm their daddy. So it means something to me when some creature sets their sight on my hens. That thing shoots to the top of my list of enemies. And I suppose it sees some commonalities between you and my chickens. I didn't expect to find a near stranger out there on the wrong end of that thing. But I'm glad I did, for your sake. A crisp breeze passes over you. You can't help but shake the feeling that you're being watched. Well, yeah, there are two eyes in the trees over there. Maybe this indicates that our counter for conversation topics is a little limited. You scan the tree line. Oh, they're gone. But whatever might be out there is nowhere to be seen. Seems like you and Stella go way back. What do you think of her? What do I think? I think she's a nice young lady, and she's been through a lot in her short time on this earth. He lets a conspicuous silence fall between the two of you. He doesn't want to talk about how she lost her parents. That thing about her parents rolling in their graves. Are they both dead? Yes, they are. God rest their souls. Car accident a while back. Poor thing was there through it all. All three of them left town together, and she was the only one who came back. She's taken it well, all things considered. Besides a few quirks she picked up. I've heard she needs convincing when you need to get her in a car. Can't be pleasant for her to live like that, but each their own. Let's not pry. What do you think of Tabitha? I'm kind of curious what Duke thinks of Tabitha. But does Willow like to gossip? She asked about Stella because Stella was right there. We saw how Duke reacted to her. Thanks for saving my life. He said don't thank him. So we won't. I'm curious about Duke. Tell me about yourself, but that seems a little forward at this point. I want to do all of these options. It's so cool to be able to talk to Duke, even if you save him in chapter 1. He doesn't show up a lot later on yet. So this is really the only time we get with him. So you're from here. What do you think of Scarlet Hollow? What do I think? You might as well be asking me what I think of the air I breathe or the dirt I'm standing on. How am I supposed to know? I'm in it. I should be the one asking you. What do you think of our town? The people scare me. They all have opinions of me they decided they held before we ever met. Well, anxiety. Can't say I'm not guilty of it myself. Well, if it bothers you that much, I suppose you'll just have to get folks to change their thoughts on what kind of person you are. You got a whole week. That's plenty of time. Let's say, tell me about yourself now. You want to know about me? Can't say I know what there is to tell. I've got a beautiful wife, Irma, who will love to hell and back. And we got our boy, Bo, and our little farm. Oh, we got Mrs. Calloway's name, Irma Calloway. Very happy. And our closest neighbor is that bastard Julius Tremaine, but that's neither here nor there. There's something that I saw on the Black Tabby Discord a while ago that still cracks me up. I don't know if we'll be getting a sprite for Irma at this point. Like, I think that we're only getting sprites for characters who have already been introduced going forward. But considering how big Bo is and how tiny Duke is, the suggestion was that if we saw Mrs. Calloway, her sprite would be so big that her head wouldn't fit on the screen, like a parent in like an old cartoon, you know? That cracks me up. Julius Tremaine, tell me, what's the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen? I've only seen them once they're in pies or lattes. I got the feeling you want to show me a large pumpkin. Damn right. And not just any pumpkin, the biggest pumpkin I bet you ever see. Feast your eyes on this beautiful lady. Duke pulls out his wallet, flipping it open to a photograph of a very, very large pumpkin. Big Betty reveal? Big Betty reveal! There she is! And I don't know what... Is that Bo? Maybe Bo when he was a baby? Is that a chicken? That must be a chicken. I see a beak. I don't know what that is, but probably Bo when he was a baby and his pumpkin. Two things he's proudest of. Big Betty, my biggest yet. Me and Bo are taking her down to the fair this week, and I'm going to take home the blue ribbon. Oh, there she is. That is quite large. How the hell are you getting that thing to the fair? We got ourselves a hay lifter, and of course Bo is a big help. That boy is built like a bull. We tend to put him on the other end of the lift as a counterweight. That ain't to say it's easy. We've lost one or two over the years from mishandling. Not showstoppers like Betty, of course, but it's still sung. Even now that we got the hang of things, it's gonna give me a heart attack to see her lifted up and not know whether something might go wrong. How'd it get so big? Patience and dedication, and a whole lot of water. Oh, and chicken muck, which of course we got plenty of. Less lately, what with that mountain lion, but even if we don't manage to track it down tonight, it don't look like that thing is long for this world. One way or another, it will soon cease to be on my list of problems. I tried growing a tomato once. I couldn't even do that. You must be a very skilled farmer. I am indeed, and soon enough I'll have me a ribbon saying as much. Maybe for luck you'll get a glimpse of her when she's on her way out of town. She really is something you need to see with your own eyes. Pictures don't do her justice. Alright. Now, let's say, is it just me or does it feel like we're being watched right now? That's just nature, you'll get used to it. Okay. About what you said earlier, why did everyone think I wasn't going to come for the funeral? That'd be Miss Pearl Ann's doing. She was never very kind when talking about your side of the family. Bless her heart, and God rest her soul, of course. But you told everybody your side of the family had sworn off Scarlet Hollow and everyone who lived here, so nobody around these parts thought we'd be seeing much of you. Alright, let's skip the jerky. I don't really want to say any of these other ones. Let's ask about the mountain lion. I can't believe Stella wouldn't believe us about the mountain lion. Are they really that rare up here? If you ask most people, there ain't been any of these parts for decades. But everybody who lives deep enough in the hills has a story or two about seeing one. Not that anybody believes us. And if we don't manage to bag that son of a bitch, you'll have one of them stories too. And then you'll get the rare pleasure of telling people what you see with your own two eyes and never having anybody believe you. We know what that's like. We can talk to animals. And now, we just realized this. Should we be drinking in this situation? Isn't it dangerous? It's just a Bud Light. It ain't moonshine. Anybody who gets drunk off a little Bud Light is drinking it wrong. I find it helps keep my aim steady. Lowers the nerves just enough to shake the tremor out of my trigger hand. Alright. Let's sit in silence now and enjoy our beer. You choose to let a comfortable silence fall between you, gazing up at the glistening sky and enjoying the night as you slowly sip your beer. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It's the kind of sight that makes you realize what so many generations that came before you wrote mythologies to describe their patterns. There is so much beauty here, despite the fear that still hangs heavy in the air, knowing what might lurk beyond the tree line. I'm going to take a sip of tea. I'm starting to trip over words. But the tranquility doesn't last long. The harsh sound of a vibrating cell phone pierces the night air. You're getting a call. It's your cousin. If you pick up, it might cut your evening short, for better or for worse. You could always text her and say that you aren't in the middle of the woods next to a loaded gun and hunting down a man-eating cougar. Send her a text. Willfully ignore a phone call while hiking in the woods. None of these are very good. Bumming around town. See you soon, but don't wait up. Your message sent. You pocket your phone. One of them fake calls, huh? Can't believe they're coming through all the way up here. Usually the hills are the one place you can be free of them. Bad reception and all. I do still want to see the dilemma in this chapter. For character development, you know. There's a sound nearby. A scuffling. And then... What in the... The rustling grows louder. That must be my birdie. She's still alive. The old man takes a step towards the tree line. Get your thieving little hands off her! Duke charges forward, flashlight in hand, crashing through the brush. Damn, that thing is fast. Which way did it go? There's an odd sound nearby, though it isn't the sound of whatever the two of you were chasing. Duke stops mid-stride to listen, and you stop to listen as well. It's a human voice. Damn it, I know that voice. There appears to be some kind of growth. I've never seen anything like it. Geez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. It's so cool to be seeing this scene from a different angle. Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go on home? The two of you emerge into the clearing, revealing what Stella had been filming so intently. It's Birdie, her little chicken body panting desperate breaths as she lies in a crumpled heap at Stella's feet. This whole scene has new sprites. Very nice. Birdie! Oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? A new beginning. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Duke, I just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. We know what she's still doing her. We let her have her little fib. Stella, I don't think you should put this online. Willow is right. Nobody has to see her like this. Sorry, Duke. It's just, you know, my job. It's cruel is what it is. Birdie don't deserve to be made into some online sideshow. Street smart and talk to animals. All of these animals tonight have been saying some real crazy shit. I guess this is the same as the talk to animals option. The only difference is that we say shit. Street Smart has a potty mouth on her. And maybe we do reveal at this point that we can talk to animals. Maybe we do. Because physically we're a little more in danger, and maybe socially our walls have gone down a little to make up for it. Maybe we should say it. All of these animals tonight have been saying some real crazy shit. The hell are you on about? What a horrid thing to witness. It's like they've all gone mad. If this happens to me, I wouldn't want to live like that. They've been talking to you? We should maybe talk more about that later. Did you see the thing that got a hold of her? I sure did. I got it on camera, too. I don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? You know there ain't no such thing. It's not of this world, that's for certain. What a disgusting thing it was. Unappetizing in every sense of the word. It's just like that mountain lion. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you. Gently at first, barely a whisper. But then a guttural moan, and then another and another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. There's something out there, all around us. I can smell it. There are so many of them. Okay, I'm nervous for this part. Do you guys hear that? Yes, I hear that. She starts filming again. Come on, Birdie, let's get you home. As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded. The strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What in the hell is that? The gardeners come to mend and nurture. Let me blossom and sprout. Let me become. The gardeners. The ditchlings are the gardeners. And Birdie the animals want this to happen. Like, obviously they're being brainwormed into it, but they're, like, welcoming it now. Before they were saying, like, let me die, let me die. Now they're, like, they've been mentally changed by the ditchlings. Oh, I need to move on and get these noises out of my ear. Don't you step another foot closer or I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. Stella! Stella, there's another one! Oh no! You and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from the bush. No! No! Oh no! Oh, Gretchen! Oh my god! What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet, and then chaos. Oh. Oh god, this is hard to look at. And I feel like it's gonna get harder. No spoilers for what I'm gonna do, but... Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit! Shit! Get your grubby little hands off my bird! Oh god. This is a big choice. Help Duke or get the thing away from Gretchen. This has been... Okay, I'll talk about how it's been drastically changed later, because the noises are terrible, but... Willow can talk to animals, but she doesn't like animals. She's as scared of people as she is of animals, but she thinks that a person's life is more important. Oh, I'm so scared because, oh, I love Gretchen with all my heart. She looks like my doggy. And just seeing her getting dragged away by the monster is hard to watch, but, you know, for the sake of being different from my alternative playthrough on the channel, and because it's what Willow would do, we're gonna help Duke. You rush forward, shoving the awful thing away from Duke and Birdie. Your hands collide with the smooth, doughy, unstructured flesh. It feels like you just shoved a loose bag of organs. Ugh. It barely staggers back, the shove having done little more than shift the thing's attention to you. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whisper tones gliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. That must be what it uses to inject the creatures with its young. Oh, it's so gross. And now it lies in a heap on the ground, its malformed insides oozing out into the dead leaves. Got him. Damn thing. Gretchen! You both turn just in time to see the end of Gretchen's leash disappearing into the underbrush. Her yelps grow distant as she's dragged away. Stella wastes no time in diving after her, rushing headlong into the dark woods. Damn it, Stella! Come on, we can't lose her! The two of you chase after her, following Stella in her pursuit of the thing that stole her dog. Good God, there's tons of the damn things. You and Jig push to keep pace with Stella's desperate footfalls, doing your best to ignore the sudden abundance of pale faces leering at you from the trees. What in the hell are they, and where are they coming from? Yeah, it's using that tongue thing to inject something into Gretchen. His question is seemingly answered when you burst through the trees and into a clearing. Stella, too, was stopped by the sight and smell of what has been arranged here. She stands with you at its edge, overlooking the bizarre pattern of animal corpses, their rot flavoring the air. Gretchen is among them, the newest addition to the ring, lying paralyzed and whimpering under one of the creatures. Its pale, doughy form is crouched protectively over its catch. It has already started its work. Stella, I can't see you, but I smell you. Stella, my darling, you feel so worried. If only you could see what I see now. The ground's gone bad, but the gardeners are here to fix it. Gretchen! She tries to step forward, but Duke holds her back. Oh God. Oh, we can have Duke shoot the thing. Oh, no. Okay, the options are have Duke take out the dog, have us try to shoot the ditchling, try and grab her. Oh God, there's so many options here. Oh God. She's going to be just like Birdie soon, be nihilistic about it. I feel like if we grab her, then one of us is going to get hurt. She's going to be just like Birdie soon. But she's all I have. Figures appear at the edges of the clearing. They are surrounding you. Well, we gotta do something. Standing around ain't doing us any favors. Duke, hand me your shotgun. Duke cautiously hands off the gun to Stella. She levels it at her dog. She's not going to get like that. I won't let it happen. Soon flowers bloom from this desolate earth. I can smell them already. If only you could smell them too. Then you wouldn't be so sad. Neither me nor Duke should use the gun because we've been drinking. But I know that it'll work either way, so let Duke do it for you. I don't want to make Stella do this herself, and I trust Duke. Stella, you shouldn't have to do this. Let Duke do it for you. He knows I'm a better shot. Stella, don't cry. Everything is going to be okay. Because everything has always been okay. And everything will be okay. Because everything has always been. Oh, I can't watch. You turn away, unable to watch what's about to unfold. Maybe I'll look at it myself at some other point, but oof. I can't react to this for the first time publicly on YouTube. I can't. It'd be too upsetting. She only hesitates for a moment before pulling the trigger. The shot rings out over the clearing. The creatures scatter at the sudden noise. The three of you run as well, driven by the feeling that they won't be gone long. Their voices still murmur in the trees around you. My truck's parked out in the trail. Let's get the hell out of here. Duke leads the charge back to the woods, though the creatures clearly aren't done with you. They fill the woods around the path, leading out with grasping hands, their stares fixed on Birdie. They want Birdie, Duke. They can want what they want, don't mean they're getting it. You make it to the road, but three of the creatures stand between you and Duke's truck. Please, please, you damn me. Let me go home. Let me go home. He can't shoot all three. What are you waiting for, Duke? Shoot them. Or maybe, because we can hear that Birdie wants to go, we are convinced by this fact that maybe this is what's right for a moment. It's not right. It's all very wrong. I don't know if Duke can shoot them. I know that the only way to get past this encounter without giving them Birdie is to have powerful build, but no, I think we're gonna say, Duke, you have to give them Birdie. Be a little practical, be street smart. Willow's right, Duke. Is this what you want? Is this what you want, you sons of bitches? Fine, take her and leave us be. Duke, Now, Stella, I know you got trouble with vehicles, but I won't hear any nonsense about you walking back to town. You hear? Get in the truck. You sense the slightest bit of hesitation as Stella pauses in the path next to you. Okay. You squeeze into Duke's tiny two-seater truck, tucking your legs to either side of the gear shift. For such a gregarious person, Stella is eerily quiet right now, and we know why this time. So, one element of Willow's character that I worked out is that she lets Gretchen die. But letting Gretchen die and hearing her final kind words to Stella, you know, because Gretchen's mind was taken over by the mind virus or whatever. But in her last words, she was still talking about how much she loves Stella and how everything is going to be okay. I mean, I'm twisting my story a little bit to fit around the revisions, because in the original version of this game, Gretchen there was no like mind virus that the animals were suffering from. Gretchen was just being like, Stella, I forgive you and I love you. You can go on your own. This one is a little different, but I still feel like Gretchen's final words to Stella were heartfelt and kind enough that Willow starts to second guess herself about how she's felt about animals all this time. And she starts to look at these animals who can talk to her in a different light. Like, some of them might be okay, you know? So I think we're going to say, I'm so sorry about Gretchen. She doesn't respond. Give her space to grieve, Willow. There'll be plenty of time for talking when that's what she wants to do. Remain silent. You let the silence continue, staring out at the road ahead. Every now and then you spot what looks like pale anguished faces peeking out from between the trees before vanishing back into the underbrush. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the truck comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. Thanks for taking me home, Duke. Anytime, but Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, what were those things? I have no idea. I've never heard of anything like them. But I got a ton of footage. Nothing really clear, but it's a start. I better go check in with Bo. He'll be worrying about me. You and your friends stay safe. Looks like those things didn't follow us, but, well, no point in talking about the butts. Just look out for yourselves. Take care, Duke. Alright. So there's not much left of Chapter 1 to go, but this episode's gone on for about an hour, so I think this is a good time to stop. We got to see a lot of new stuff in this one. Ooh. And it's so good. The sprites are so good, the writing's so good. We got to learn more about Duke. We finally know Mrs. Calloway's name. We saw the mountain lion firsthand. It kind of feels like a Chekhov's gun a little bit, that they talk so much about mountain lions in the original build of this game, but now the mountain lion's already showing up, and it's fucked up, you know? We got to talk to Oscar. That happened so long ago, I already forgot about that, but, yeah. And we got to see the revamped Act 1 choice. Poor Gretchen. I love Gretchen. Do not get me wrong, I love her. But I'm gonna end it here. So until next time, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Scarlet Hollow.